important for a company to understand the differences before they expanding their operations across borders. So to understand this, we have to first apply the Hofstede cultural dimensions theory, which explains about cross-cultural variations in organizations and national culture in 5 dimensions. And the 5 dimensions refers to PDI, power distance. High power distance refers to the greater acceptance of social and economic disparities, while the lower PDI refers to the opposite. While the second dimension is individualism and collectivism. Individualism refers to the individual who perceive themselves as independent and self-centered, while collectivism describes an inclination towards cohesive social connections with members of one's group. While the third dimension is the motivations towards achievement and success. A higher motivation culture prioritizes competitiveness, accomplishment, and ambition, while a lower motivation refers to those prioritize relationships. While the fourth dimension is the uncertainty avoidance, UAI. Higher uncertainty avoidance correlated to the higher stress, reduced subjective well-being, and also intolerance towards the different individuals or concepts. So short terms is they don't like to be changed. While the last one is the long-term and short-term orientation, LTO. Long-term characterized by an emphasis on valuing the future, while short-term value the past or now. So speaking of the similarities between Malaysia and also Thailand, they both having high PDI, which show that both countries respect hierarchy orders and they dislike challenges to authority. Second similarity is they both embrace collectivism as they like to work together and they favor high context communication. For example, they like to have face-to-face interactions, they like to have the use of body language and two-way communication. While in terms of differences, Thailand would have a lower motivations towards achievement and success and reflect that citizens are more preferred to have lower assertiveness and also competition, and they prioritize harmonious relationships. While the second difference is Thailand would have a higher UAI, which refers that they avoid risk-taking, they don't like to be changed, and they favor direct direction and stability, and they don't like uncertainty. While the last difference is they would have a higher LTO, long-term orientation, which shows that they prefer to have more long-term benefits. So to adapt the communications to cater to Thailand culture, we have to first consider about their high PDI and lower motivations towards achievement and success. So researcher is recommended to be really sensitive in addressing their titles to show respect for their hierarchical orders and also to employ courteous tones and avoid competition in communications to foster a harmonious relationships. So for the second, we also have to consider about their high UAI, uncertainty avoidance. So to cater this, we have to develop communications that include comprehensive information. So researcher is recommended to provide detailed guidance and instructions on their app use, on their company, on their brand, in order to reduce ambiguity and uncertainty and enhance the brand trust among the local communities. And the last strategy is to consider about their long-term orientation. So to adapt this, we have to integrate and focus more about the long-term benefits that researcher can provide to the local community, because they prioritize sustainability and yielding long-term benefits. So researcher have to show their commitment that providing the long-term benefits to the local communities. And that's all from my part, and now I'll pass it on to the next person.
Thank you. My name is Logie. So now we'll talk about the budget estimates and the comparisons between the expanding costs between the Malaysia and Thailand. So our annual budgeting, as you can see, is 3,100 to 3,800 as well. So the biggest costs are social media content creation, content creator, logistics, and so expansions and the staff recruitments. So the smaller amount go to the partnership, IT, and trainings. These balance ensure we cover marketing, operations, and human resource. So why is this budget? Because marketing is important for visibility for the platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. The 90,000 is set apart for 3 staff. And the expansion costs cover the permits and setups, while the logistics handle the recycle deliveries. So IT and training progress is let us have the operation more smoother and prevent the unexpected needs. So next is the cost comparisons. So domestic expansions cost about 50,000 to 70,000, while the Thailand expansion is about 100,000 to 150,000. The Thailand is nearly double up because of the high setting fee, licensing, marketing, and logistics. While the staff budgets are slightly cheaper, but the saving does not balance the added cost as well. So as we can see, here are the advantages and the disadvantages of the expansion markets. First, the advantages to expanding to the Thailand markets is included access to the largest markets, over 70 million people. Second is building a religion's branding. Third is enjoying slightly lower wages and gaining the first move advantage of the government supports. What advantages is significant that the high starting costs, the regulatory barriers, and cultural and language differences, while complex logistics and also the risk of overstretching the company. So, in conclusion, domestic expansion is more cost-effective and easy to manage in the short terms, but Thailand's need to offer biggest challenges, but it needs to higher investments and the readiness. So, that's all my part. Now, pass to Muntik to continue the presentations.
My name is Wan Teng, and I will talk about the sustainable and compliant plan. Now I will begin with the relevant Thai and ASEAN environmental regulation. So Thailand has introduced several strong national policy to support recycling and the circular economy. The roadmap on the plastic waste management, they set the target of achieving 100% of recycling for plastic by 2030. Then the National Waste Management Master Plan that further strengthen this direction by emphasizing the sustainable waste treatment and digital solution. In addition, the government have drafting the Sustainable Packaging Management Act, which will implement the extended producer responsibilities by 2027. This means that the producers will be directly responsible for managing the waste from their product. So, Thailand also have banned on e-waste and illegal import to prioritize the domestic recycling solutions. At the ASEAN level, the region is moving toward harmonized circular economy policies, creating opportunity for the companies like recyclers to expand beyond Thailand once compliant models are established. Then moving to integration of ESG principles into the recycle strategies. So for the environmental perspective, okay, recycle provide the transparent tracking of waste reductions and carbon dioxide saving, directly supporting Thailand's plastic waste and circular economy goals. It also promotes sustainable consumption through a digital-first approach. Then from the social dimensions, recycle incentive the cashback through the cashback points and rewards to while also engaging the school, university, and neighborhood with the community program. Additionally, it creates jobs in recycling and provide education for sustainable living. For the governance perspective, recycle ensure digital transparency and compliant audits, publish sustainability reports aligned with Thai and ASEAN standards. And also they hold a strong accountability to regulators, investors, and users. So recycle is not just a recycling app, it acts as a sustainable enabler that support both national policy and communities goals. So next is policy alignment position the company ahead of local competitors. Then in terms of the corporate partnership, Recycle support the ESG reporting for corporations and multinational, providing the technology-based compliant and the recycling data solutions. From the consumer side, the transparent impact metrics such as the waste recycle and the carbon dioxide safe help build trust and loyalty, especially among the econ-conscious urban youth. Then this clearly differentiated recycle from the competitor like the Charge Lucky, which rely mainly on lottery style incentive. Then finally, the sustainable also create regional scalability, which with ASEAN working toward harmonize the regulations, Recycle has the potential to expand across borders and attract the green investors seeking scalable circular economy solutions. So sustainability is not just about compliance, it's also the engine that drives growth, build brand trust,